Blessings and greetings, y'all. I am Brandy, and I pray that your day is going well, and that it continues to do so. You know, blessed Jesus, I oftentimes get so tickled by, I'm just gonna say it, when God links us. And when I say us, I mean links, Christ-minded people together. Not that we are perfect. I'm not crush that right now. That's not what I'm meaning. But that we are in continuous pursuit. And oftentimes throughout the day, I talk about having conversations with myself. And I guess you could say it may be me having conversations with myself, but it's me and Holy Spirit talking to, And it's funny that today I was in my car, and I guess I was having a conversation in my head, but I started saying some things out loud, and it's funny, I ended up going to YouTube. And sometimes I go to YouTube because it's like those are my I don't want to call cyber friends. I just say long distance friends. And so people that my spirit is comfortable with, my spirit is settled with. I don't get that like, I'm not listening to that. But that it gravitates to. There are messages that end up coming through my feed, or that are right there as soon as I, push, the YouTube, blessed God app, button, whatever. And so I had ended up coming across this young lady on there that I recently subscribed to, and I'm not gonna say her name right now for the sake of what the topic is. And I made a message, I posted a message, some days ago about people just kind of like monitoring you to see what you're saying or doing, just to come against it. And I don't want anybody going to go find her to see what message I'm talking about, to see why, I'm referencing that or whatever the case may be. But I know God is speaking through this, because I thought they said Johnny Gill. But it's Vince Gill. Blessed Jesus. He's going to be performing. But anyhow, what I was saying and what I was feeling in my spirit is that, we, and I'm using we and us, including myself for the sake of, have made covenant in one way or another with someone or people that we need to break covenant with. And it's a time where, I don't know if any of you have felt this, but it's a time where where God is elevating you. In your heart of hearts, like He's like, child, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. Like, it's that time. And it seems like in the space that you're in, it's like you see it, it's right there. If you just lean forward enough, you can just snatch it and pull it to you. And I mean the blessing, the elevation and all that. But it seems that even as close as you are to it, you still haven't stepped completely into it. It's always like it's something that's fighting against you getting all the way into the manifestation of what that is. And I feel in my spirit someone or persons that we have, made covenant with, that we have not let go of, and God is like, I'm not releasing this completely until you break covenant. And it's like, the more that you pray, you're literally praying against whatever it is that's coming against you stepping into the fullness of it. And the very thing that's keeping you from stepping into the fullness of it is who you've made covenant with. And sometimes we've made covenant with someone in one way or another, be it friend, be it acquaintance, be it business partner, be it companionship, life partner, whatever the case may be. You've made covenant with what you weren't supposed to make covenant with, or whom you weren't supposed to make covenant with, or you're staying connected with who you're not supposed to be connected to. And oftentimes we'll stay connected because it's comfortable in one way or another. And just because it's comfortable doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's good. And it doesn't mean that, if you disconnect, that it'll be forever. It could be for a period of time. Because some folks are, some of us are connected to people who are connected to people. And that's what's causing a problem. If you've made covenant with someone who's connected to someone, or who has made covenant with someone else who is really not in alignment with God. And I'm not saying doing everything perfect and right, because none of us are perfect, but the heart of them is not right, then it's going to trickle down and affect us. It's going to trickle down and affect, what we're supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be walking in. And like I said, God is not going to completely release what he has for us until some of us break that covenant. And it was a word that I heard from a particular person talking about that very, I'll say that very same thing, but very, very, very similar thing. The spirit world is something serious. It's something serious. And we don't know who the enemy will use to fulfill his agenda. And he knows what we like too. He knows who we like. He knows who we love. And you could be saying to yourself, no, never them. No, not them. And he could be so subtly using things, using people, using emotions, using feelings, and offense in that very person or those persons. So just be careful. Be cognizant of that, and continue to pray for a discerning spirit. Pray for, God to give you a heightened ability to discern the spirits of people. Here are some scriptures. Okay, so I have some scriptures that I want to also read coinciding with this particular message. And you can really use these scriptures for life in general. and really let them settle in your spirit. Take them to heart and know that God is not playing. This is not a time to play. But I'm coming from Proverbs, and I've mentioned before about how Proverbs will give you lessons of life that you just need to take and keep them near and dear to you. But this is Proverbs 28:10. It says, whoever misleads the upright into an evil way will fall into his own pit. And that's basically, talking about people setting you up and setting traps for you. The enemy's setting traps for you, and we know he uses people to do his dirty work. It's like he's the puppeteer. And so in setting the righteous up and setting people up in one way or another, you're basically setting a trap for yourself. And you just don't want it. You don't want that. There was another in blessed God in Proverbs 26. Actually, there are quite a few in Proverbs 26, but yeah. Okay. It says, whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred be covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it, and a stone will come back on him who starts rolling. A lying tongue hates its victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. And that was Proverbs 26 and verses 24 through 28. So you can take these, go through the book of Proverbs, but it's just a time where, like I said, God is not playing. We shouldn't want to necessarily, harbor those things in our hearts, but, life is life. And when you are connected to people who are in that dark spirit, but are very, very crafty in covering it up, that can be transferred to you, and you'll end up operating in something that you need not be operating in, and setting traps for yourself. So be very discerning in this spirit. Continuously pray about a gift to discern spirits, along with having discernment. You want both. Of course, discernment is an ability, but the gift of discerning spirits is not always it's not always easy to carry. Sometimes it gets heavy because you feel the spirits of so many, and it's ugly. It's ugly out here. But you definitely need it in this time to be safe. All right, I am Brandy. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right.